Hello everyone, welcome to Zürich, a fairly hard map. I might even say one of the hardest in the game, and I should already start blocking stuff since we don't want this run to be ruined by an unfortunate spawn. I think we can block this too for now. Anyway, Zurich is an interesting map. It has quite a lot of mountains to work with. By having a lot of mountains, it doesn't give you much space to work with, and it has a river on top of that. And every time you want to place motorway, there is a mountain in your way. You can be sure about that. So let the game run a little bit faster. Well, this isn't the first run I've done, it's a second actually. Unfortunately, on the first run, I did quite a big mistake, which unfortunately costed the run to die prematurely. Although it was fairly fun and full of information for you guys to learn from, since I consider myself to be fairly advanced. And with these videos, I try to not only play the game and provide commentary, but also give you uh, give you some knowledge, something to improve yourself and reach higher scores. Because, well, the higher the scores you reach, the more fun it gets in this game. At least I would say so. So, if you want to learn something new, consider watching the previous video. The the tips and tricks in these videos will kind of repeat. For example, I use roads to block stuff in every single game, so it's not like I use it once in a while. So every game probably I will have to talk about it, right? Anyway, I do want to block this just to be sure. Uh, Perhaps hmm, maybe keep it that way. Anyway, let's connect these. So perhaps I should clarify why I consider myself a fairly advanced player. I have reached the score of 6,000 on this particular map. That places me to uh, top 200 players on this particular map. Unfortunately, that's not good enough for me. Well, fortunately for you, since this video wouldn't exist otherwise. Uh, that means I have room to improve as always, and I am for top 100, and that's not what I was able to achieve on this map. So I keep on struggling to achieve that. Hopefully, we will do it in this playthrough. What else can I actually tell you about this map? I played it quite a lot of times because I enjoy it fairly much. This is one of the very entertaining maps, maybe because it's so challenging and not so easy to actually beat. Block this corner here. I'll tell you more about it in a second, but we can connect these for now. Block the edge. I'll also block this. I don't want a spawn here. So why I'm blocking around the mountains is that if you don't have a tunnels and you want to go on the other side, the most efficient way to do that is go around. And if there are houses here, for example, if there is another yellow here, you just couldn't go around and your run may as well end right there. So that's why I block it for now, but later, of course, just remove the blocked part and allow more houses to spawn there. Those houses later on can actually fairly well save your run. So it's really good to unblock at some point, which if you watch the previous run, unblocking stuff actually saved the run more than one time, to be honest. Unfortunately, this will not fit through. It's just that one extra tile would be great. Anyway, since we cannot fit anything through there, let's just use a tunnel here. Go through the shortest road possible, connect it, and done. Perfect. A bridge. Let's see, I can block this now. Do I need to block anywhere? I want to block this because if we get a mall here which is connected to this road, which it probably would have spawned, it would be fairly bad. It would require us to go and use a bridge around there, since we want to separate everything everywhere. And this is I hate this spawn. It's really bad, actually. So why is this a big problem? It requires to use a highway to get there, that's for sure, which we will get now on Sunday. But on top of that, you just cannot go over the mountain. It's literally hidden in this area. I don't know how to say it in English, so it's hidden. Anyway, that means we need to use yet another tunnel. So that's already 2 tunnels used, and basically for nothing, really. So yeah, this map is going to just throw everything at you. Let's actually go up and over. Block this space so we don't get a mall here. That would be very bad. And there is the highway I was talking about. Let's do that. Connect it like this, and we have a White House here. That means I could probably use these roads which block the way here to simply kind of ugly way connect this. It's very ugly, but it's working for now. Let the game run, and this is not ideal. Let's block this actually. We'll have to connect it up and over. It's not great. I don't need this, but I do need to connect this to the blue. Connect these reds, and we have a red spawn here. Let's keep on blocking actually before anything else. You can redo this and get. So how do I deal with this red? Actually, I will probably just wait for more roads here. Perfect. Motorway. I still do want to block this though, in order to have a way to go through. I will connect this using this bridge. So let's do that. And I had a yellow spawn here. Not bad. It will be interesting to deal with this area later on. Can also start blocking here. Perhaps this is a very important block to do this, because a mall here would absolutely destroy anything here. How do I actually want to do this area? I do want to connect these at some point. Perhaps I could redo this now when the traffic is low. And that's a switch of the reds done. Right. And this is starting to be an issue since at some point I will want to connect this to here. So let's actually plan for that and keep this way open. Let's block stuff here, and I think I should start blocking for the double mall duplex. I really don't want a duplex to spawn anywhere. And a duplex is, if I recall, it's 3 by 4 wide, which means I just put this here. Can it spawn there? It cannot, I think. It could spawn here, so let's do this. The duplexes on this map spawn in two places, here, down here, and somewhere here. Not often up there, so I won't be blocking up there, but I will try to block down here, like, how do I actually want to do that? I will block these two, and it cannot be spawned. It can be actually spawned here right now. So let's do this. Now it can spawn here, but it won't be a duplex. It actually still can be a duplex, so do it like this. Just so you know, this is really advanced technique to prevent a duplex from spawning. The reason why I do that is because duplex often kill runs at high scores, so I want to prevent that. It's not necessary for you to do that, but my experience is that a duplex kills high score runs almost always, so I just prevent that from happening by. But the thing here is you still want to allow moss to be spawned. You don't really want to block hard enough for moss to not spawn at all. That would actually hurt your game a lot. So I'm purposely leaving spaces here for the spawns to happen, but I'm blocking the possibility of duplex spawning, which leads me to blocking this, to be sure. And that's probably it. I do need to. What do I need now? Both are very important for this map. So what do I need more of right now? I don't have a bridge. I do have a tunnel. Let's just go for a bridge to have both options. Let's connect yellow here because we're in trouble up there. And we have a spawn right here. That's fairly good, actually. We don't have a duplex. Perfect. That's always a worry because the duplexes just love to spawn on this map. And we just prevented it. Hooray! For now, I think I could not that. Let's connect these two houses to it. And we have a bridge and a roundabout. Let's go for a bridge. Let's switch this over. Maybe like that. For now, I'll delete these, switch over. This will be used for this yellow, and that was fairly smooth transition. Can I connect this as well? Leave my options here to go around. I can also I have to be careful to not spawn a duplex anywhere here. Okay, let's pause. This can be redone now. And I don't have roads. Great. Just what I needed. As always. Let's use roads here to block stuff again. Let the game run. We can adjust this to be slightly more efficient. I just don't like this initial layout very much. Block this. Do I need to actually? Perhaps yes. Let's leave it like that for now. We can delete these roads which are not needed. These as well. This is still blocked. Perfect. This will be fun to redo. This is really nice. Let's adjust that to be on a single road. Well, motorway it is, that's for sure. Let's connect this. Just the small things, since nothing major is going on. Let's see here. I actually want to block this to get up there if I need to. We have a couple spawns here, so let's connect that. And also we can connect this. We have yet even more greens. I think this is fairly okay now. I can start deleting around this. Delete this too. And we're getting quite nice spawns right here. So with that in mind, okay, I will do it differently then if you choose to spawn there. Where this is really nice actually. This, on the other hand, I forgot to block. Let's pause the game, redo this slightly so I can go around if I need to. Of course, let the game run as soon as possible. I like this run. Gotta say. I really like this run. It has a good potential. I should. These are not quite keeping up, so let's go. And this means now these blues are separated and should serve only this mall, while these are serving only this mall. That should work well. What's going on here? Not enough cars. Well, that's obvious. Let's. We might want to block two spaces for the road in case I want to go from the red over here. Not sure yet, but let's do this actually. Let's just interconnect the reds together. See how well we can handle this situation. This one house should be fairly helpful, and this house was chilling, so it should be fine, I think. I don't like this though. Let's make a better connection. This was fairly dangerous. since the cars here would come here and immediately want to turn, so it would cause quite some mess. Let's just delete those since we have a house here finally. Let's use these to block that. Everything seems to be okay except this, which didn't get the cars returned in time yet. Now it will be cleared, so we're good there. We are probably good here too, I think. Yes, we're good. Now this will get slightly lower traffic, but it will eventually catch up. More reds here, that's great. Even more, perfect. And I have a blue here, so what I'm thinking right now, let's pause the game. How do I want to connect to this? Well, I can obviously just do this, but that's fairly temporary. Perhaps block these. Do I need to block these actually? I should probably want to go. Do I? Not really. I do want a road here because if I get a spawn here, that would be good to be connected to the rest of them. I have quite a lot of blues here. So what I'm thinking, I should block this in order to be able to just bridge it over and connect it there. This blue spawn will probably be used for this blue mall. This blue mall will probably be drawing blues from this, which I can actually let's keep it there. If blue spawns here, I want to be able to connect it. So that leaves us with this blue, which could be connected with the highway up there and take on this cluster, which is fairly perfect, I would say. So let's actually do that right now. This is a good idea. I like it. If I need to, I can still connect this house to it. I can even connect this house to it. Have connection for a bridge. And I can use these greens over the highway to connect to this if needed. So it's a fairly perfect connection right there, I would say. A roundabout. That's great. Let's see where I can actually use that. One potential use I can see right now is here at some point, since I don't think there will be enough. These four houses will not be enough for this mall to be operating optimally. So at some point in the late game, I will have to find another source to supplement that. So to connect that via the roundabout, not turnaround, would be probably a way to go. So everything here is blocked, so I can place it there in any time I need to. That's fairly perfect. I also want to block this just to be sure I can go around and connect any more whites on this road if I need to. Why is this not blocked? That needs to be blocked so I can go around. And I'm starting to think that I don't need this highway at all. Let the game run while I work on this. getting spawns here. That's lovely. I can actually use that in two ways. Either go up and over, connect here, or go through to connect to something here in the future. That's great. More green spawns. I would like to get some more whites here, not greens. I have plenty of greens actually. Can connect these. Is there anything problematic anywhere? These reds are not doing great. Let's use the motorway which I was using to transfer the yellows, to transfer actually the reds over here. That will mean there won't be cars going up and over around the almost entire map like crazy. Use this just to jump over. 3 houses should be okay amount for that. And I could potentially improve this. This seems to be a permanent connection though. I like this very much. I don't need this connection anymore, so that will improve the flow slightly. I sure like this. Let's connect that. Not like that. It would impede with these two houses. So let's go over one more and go like this. This way these cars can stack here and go. It's minor difference, but it can be helpful. Also, since we are on top of the map, you don't really need to block here these tiles, because they are automatically blocked since edge of the map is unpopulated by either houses nor the malls can spawn there. So we are safe there completely. And there is the white spawn. Perfect. More red spawns, and I saw a yellow spawn here. We can actually connect that like this, so we can use this lovely spawn, which is fairly close compared to this. So right now there are two areas I want to have a think about. These are spawning like crazy up there. 6 probably will be enough for this, but this mall will need more than just 4 here. So these will go up there. Let's actually see if we can force a little bit more the blue spawns. The white here should be fine. With 4 this close, it should be fine. I don't need to worry about that at all. This one could be connected. The other area I wanted to check is actually this. Since we have 4 houses here and a nice red cluster here, I'm actually thinking maybe the roundabout would be better placed like this here. So we can connect these and these two to be joined here. The question then remains, how do we connect to the reds? Is this enough? Is it going to be enough? That is a fair question. Anyway, I don't need a roundabout right now, right there, so let's just connect these houses for now. If I had roads, right? Eternal problem strikes again, as it always does. I think it's a good time to actually sort this thing out. redo quite some stuff here since we are looking at this area. Let's just redo stuff since I think this can be improved quite noticeably. So with this changed, we now have quite a few more options. We have an extra connection here. Oh, wait a second. We are flaring up here. That's not good. So let's do a connection here. When we're at it, I don't like to do this often, but one house from the other side is okay. I don't have roads for connecting more yellow houses. I can also, just to be sure this is fine, connect more cars over this way. And a tunnel, perfect. And we got a yellow spawn, red spawn here. The red spawn here is saved. Great. How is the yellow doing? It's doing good. How is this yellow doing? It's also good. I don't like this spawn though. Let's connect an extra car just to be sure we don't die. This yellow might actually be trouble. I don't have a bridge, so I will use a motorway. Let's clear the way. Not what I wanted to do. Let's use it as a bridge and connect that. I can actually do one better than that. We can use this branch to connect it even closer, because we don't have many cars coming in, so that's a little bit worrying. It should get there in time, hopefully. There is one car, there's another car. When this car gets here, they will be on their way, so that's probably fine. This is probably fine. This will be completely fine. Let's actually connect this over like this. And I don't want to connect it to this branch, since there is some traffic from both sides at this time, but since this is only one house, the traffic is minimal, and it won't impede the flow from this side. Ideally, you would want flow from just one side, but we didn't have roads. I can actually redo it right now since I have roads, so why not? Let's do it this way, so the cars will be all running just from one direction. That's slightly better than it was before. So let the game run. We have one car here, one car here, one car here, more coming. We're safe. Is this safe? Is the question. Let's slightly improve that. I want to leave a space here. I wonder if this is enough actually. I really need this to stop flaring, since any overflow from this is going into these two, since one single color is always connected together. So if one place is flaring, the overfill just goes to anything of the same color anywhere on the map. So this is actually perfect. How close do I want to connect that? One more thing, I want to leave this place for a roundabout in the future. There can be a roundabout right here, which is perfect. In case there will be more yellows here, which probably won't since I blocked it. But roundabout here would be a fairly good way to connect it. I can actually go connect it like this. I'm getting more spawns here of the blue, I just noticed. This is slightly worrying. It has 5 houses here and is still flaring. That's weird. Let's see. Where else are we having issues? We also reached above 2000, and the demand is just not stopping. No wonder, right? Once you get above 2000, the demand starts to kind of skyrocket. So let's do the 2000 check of the city at score 2500. A little bit late, but better late than never. This is probably okay. This is probably okay. Quite a lot of traffic. This red is great. 5 houses might not be enough, but we can't really do anything about it currently. Reds here are completely fine. Even have spare house here. These yellows seem to be fine. There are a lot of traffic here. Yeah, yellow I checked. How's the blue doing? I can actually improve this a little bit. That's much shorter. I don't need these roads here in this way. So that's this blue checked. This blue is one I didn't check, and that's fairly fine, I think, for now. This blue is completely fine. This blue is overflowing slightly. Let's see if we can adjust that. Make that slightly shorter. Make that slightly shorter. Make that connect to the main road. Probably block this. Make this go to the main road. That's 2 for 6 houses. Let's leave this situation for later. Keep on checking. This is completely fine. The white. What about the white down here? It's not actually doing that great. What can we do about this? Not much actually. There is a choice. I either leave this in, or I make this a road and go over This is closer, so let's leave that road, which means I don't need as many tiles blocked. So let's see if I can free up some tiles for spawn and hope for a white spawn. I can have one here, one here, and one here. So that's 3 and 1 here. So 4 potential white spawns. For now, this is more efficient layout than it was before, so that will help slightly. This one should be fine. This I checked. This green is looking like it could use a little bit of help. So let's slightly redo this. I can connect this house there. I might wanna block this. Turn this round. And I still have these to connect, so let's not overdo it for now. Let the game run. What are we looking at right now? We're looking at the yellows. I'm not very happy with the yellows. Yeah, yellows are doing fairly well. There is a queue here, but that's fine. I don't have traffic lights to help this, but it's just one house, so it should be fine. The traffic is okay. The whites seem to be keeping up fairly well. Yellow here is doing well. There is no car here though. There will be one here. Still could use some more cars here. How is the blue up there doing? Yeah, not bad. Not bad. This might use more cars. So let's tackle this part. I think it's time to just sort this out. So I have 3 houses here. If I just do this, it might actually work. So let's try that. And I can connect this. Let's say this could work. Probably want this to be out of the way. And this can go up to be slightly shorter. Connection. Do I need a bridge there? Not yet, not really anymore. Now I'm interested to see how this will work. 6 cars, that means 3 stalls. It might actually be okay. The problem is that if I want to add anything to it, that would be a issue. So let's hope it's gonna be alright. Let the game run. That's not very good spawn there at all. Perhaps I could. I didn't let the game run for long, did I? I don't have roads anyway for that, so we'll probably just link it around at some point. I don't really like how the cars are stopping here, so let's redo that and do this instead and see how that helps. It could actually help a little bit. This is an issue right now. Let's improve this a little bit. This is not getting enough traffic, but it's much better than this upper one. That's worrying slightly. Is there anything I can do to help that? This is solved. It has 3 extra houses, so there's no way this will actually fail. I do have a tunnel, so I might actually want to do the roundabout thing here and connect something to it, but for that I would need quite a bit of roads, and I can't get over these without connecting them. So that's quite an issue right there. I don't actually have a way to connect more to the blue one unless I get a motorway somewhere. Okay, so let's just delete this motorway since I think the flow from here should be fine. There are 4 here, 2 here, that's 6, and this is congested by the extra inflow. So let the game run and we will actually connect more houses to this blue one very shortly. Let's check how we're looking. We can adjust that to allow for this to be connected like this. This yellow looks okay for now. This looks fairly okay-ish, but needs some more stuff to be connected to it. This is fine. This kinda looks fine too. Let's see. How fast will we get the... And I noticed a spawn here. And there is a blue spawn here. So there is also a yellow spawn here. So let's do the easy thing first. Connect this to it. And I could do this weird stuff. Connect blue to it. The traffic should be fine with this small adjustment. It's not that heavy traffic here, and there is nothing else connected to it, so that should be fine. What else should I do? I wanted to do the roundabout here, but I still don't have the motorway, so let that run a little bit. This is flaring up, so let's connect this. That's extra 2 houses. This is doing fine, I think. It could do better, but actually, let's try to do this instead. It might actually improve it very slightly. And I still don't have the motorway. So come on, come on. This is turning into quite some overflow, so let's connect more houses to it and see if that helps. This will help. This will help. So this is one cluster now, and this is one cluster with a space in between for houses, for the cars to just kind of pause and not interrupt the flow. Let's see, this is something weird here. What's going on here? Cars are stopping for some reason. Okay. Let's actually do this because there is just tiny spot, and I'm a little bit concerned about this. If the house is connected down, the car, there is just here. There is a place for one car here only, and it needs to be, the cars here will stop, as you can see. So let's do this. There will be much more space here for cars to just go fluently. If I do a roundabout here like this, I can go down there and use a motorway to go around the mountain. I have initially wanted to connect 2 houses here, but I think the more optimal play here is to just connect one house for this blue, use this house with a bridge, connect that to this cluster. That will support this blue, which is also in trouble, and the final blue, which is in trouble, is here. And I think we can use Motorway, our 6 amazing freaking awesome motorway, connect it here, and disconnect that when the cars get there. That will support this blue shop, mall, supermarket, whatever you call it, motorway market. And also, this is not doing as perfectly as planned. So let's do two things. First, delete this to make it shorter a little bit. And also use this. Do I need a road here? No. It's within 1 tile radius. I don't want to connect more than one single house right now. So let's do that and see how that helps. And with that, I think we're done here. Let it play. This is immediately leaving. This is okay. This will kill our run. Yeah, roundabout. Nothing we can do about that. They're not moving. They are moving now. We are saved. Thanks God. That was a close call. This is not good either. Yeah, let's see how this resolves. These blue cars got here, so we can delete this now. Leave the motorway connected. If we kept this connected, I'm afraid that some of the yellow cars would use this, and I don't want that to be the case. So now the only issue here is this blue here. And we don't really have a way to boost that guy up. We can actually delete some roads here to hopefully get a spawn. I can even get a spawn here, potentially. We'll keep this for now. Let's adjust these, since this is now overflowing, so the cars can flow better. This way is more optimal, since the cars won't stop here, and it's slightly closer, so that should help. These should be fine. Where can I get a blue for this guy? Ideally, I would like to connect this over, but this blue is not doing well at all. So for now, let's hope this doesn't explode. And we got a blue here. Nice. That's great. It's actually really great because it's fairly close. This will keep this safe. This will have some time left in there, so maybe we can get a spawn somewhere. It's not doing terrible. It's just it could use one extra house here. It's doing fairly well though, as I can see. Yeah, it's even. That's interesting. Okay, this is not good. It's very close to dying, but these are doing well. This survived and it's getting flow. This cleared and now is doing okay-ish. Did we get a spawn? This yellow wasn't here. I sure like that. Maybe let it here so there is space for cars to actually go. We got wonderful. Look at this. This is really good. So let's actually connect this. This is perfect, like exactly what we wanted. I don't have enough roads to connect it actually. And I cannot connect it like this. I will need to connect it in more clever way. And I need some roads for that. I actually don't need to connect it right now, so this is doing well. Could I help this one out using this? I actually could. Weirdly enough. Let's. That's interesting, right? I can connect this in this absurd way and simply let the blue go through and over. Perfect, right? Who would have guessed it's possible? Will we die here though, is the question. Inflow, 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 and then there is nothing. There will be inflow. Is here another car underneath? Yes, there is one. There will be one here. There is one here. This one is not looking good. I could take some from this, but this one is not looking good either. So, yeah, uh, quite a traditional problem. Everything is dying. Where do I get more? Right? So, can we improve the layout in any way? I was thinking about connecting this, but that would be through yellow, and if you follow my cursor, here is a connection to another yellow. This would end the run. It would link two yellow malls, which would result in these houses to be used going through and to this mall eventually, and this house might be used for the same thing, going around in circles. So that's why you separate, and that's why it's a bad idea, even though this red is not doing great. So is there a way around this? There actually is. I can just cut this connection for now, since I have this entire cluster not being used at all till now, and I need more reds. So let's just use this red and do it this way for now, and see if this actually survives. There is a car here, car coming, and there is nothing behind that. And we have blue here. So that's a connection here. I would like to redo this, but I can't. So let's leave it like this for now, and we'll get back to this, and I'll explain why I can't just connect it easily. There are two blue cars here, but they won't get there in time, I think. And there is nothing else to be connected, since these houses are clean, empty, is what I want to say. It's not going to help me much. I can try to do this and try to fill the house to be emergency house. If this starts dying, I can just plug it in. If this continues to die, I just can plug it in. So let's see if that plan will work. Greenhouse is not what I need here at all. A blue would be great here. There is one car here now, but this is not doing that well, but it's still better than this. I think I will just connect it fairly quickly. I will need a road for it, so let's take this and block this. That will give us one extra road. That will allow us to connect it when this house fills. Are we dying anywhere else? Is the question. I think we are fine on every other front than the blue. The blue is a ongoing issue. There is the house full, so let's plug it in. It will actually interfere with these coming cars, which I don't want. I want them at full speed. So one more thing to consider here, right? If I connect it now and let the game play, these cars will reach this intersection at roughly the same time as this and this car. These cars are already moving at the speed, as will these upper cars when they reach their intersection. But the thing is, if they collide on the intersection, they might both slow down and not reach the mall in time at all, just yeah, finishing the game. So connecting this is actually not a good idea right now. Ideally, I want to let all these cars, four of them actually, to go through, and as they are closing in, I just plug it in and see where it gets us. How is this color looking? Uh, there are two cars, there is a lot of cars coming in, and there are cars coming out as well, so I think this upper part is relatively safe. Um, I can delete this road to give myself some options as to more roads to work with, since these two houses are temporarily disconnected. I could go around. That's a very nice idea, but yeah, let's block the road around so I can do it actually later. Okay, let's see how this goes. Yeah, I think this car will reach it in time. It will be very close. Very, very close. There is more red here, and that's just in time because this is not doing well. So let me just plug this in, which I cannot because I don't have roads. What a traditional problem. Anyway, we kind of need to see how this will end up. There are more cars coming right after these, so I still should not plug in this house. I still should wait for it. What I could do here, I'm thinking this is fairly okay. It's doing really good, so I might as well just redo something here. I might just unconnect this, potentially connecting this over to this cluster, which I don't like the flow on this either. And connect these two over up to this cluster. That will make this cluster completely safe and allow me to permanently connect this to this blue line, which is my goal. So it's a very complicated way to improve this blue cluster here. I am back to recording after a couple busy days, and since I promised you some tips and tricks about this game, let's give you another one. While it might seem like having a break during your playing session or playing a run might be a bad thing to do, it actually, in this game, Mini Motorways, is a great tool you can use, because coming to a game which you started before after some time, it will provide you with a fresh perspective, and also, since you probably pause the game as soon as you restart it, it will provide you with time to take a close look at your city, to reconnect yourself with it, and to try to improve the layout and as I said, like get a new perspective and change things. So that's also what I did before I started recording this. I spent some time to look at the city, to reconnect myself with it and see where I can touch up few things, change them, and to make them better. And there is actually quite a lot of spots. So we will go through all of them together. We will also one by one go through the trouble spots, which we will do now, and then we will just fix them all. So, with that said, let's take a look at the biggest issue here. That's this blue shop, obviously. We know about that, nothing new. The second biggest problem is right next to it, and that's this red. This is kind of undercover problem. A lot of people would not actually notice, I think, but it is actually a thing which would kill our run quite soon, I would say. And the third issue, a slightly smaller one, but it is an issue, is up here. This blue mall will be in deep trouble because we taken this house with two cars out of the network of this mall. So that's a thing we need to deal with. And with these three issues kind of introduced or reintroduced, we also should do a thorough check of this city and its layout and take out all the unnecessary blockage because this run might as well, I don't think it will end, but we are close to being cracked and we still have places blocked which don't need to be blocked. Said otherwise, it might be advantageous to us to not be blocked and hopefully spawn us some advantage. So I think we will try and go through the map together and kind of see what can be unblocked or slightly changed. This will give us some roads to work with for fixing these three troubling spots. So with that, I should stop and just do stuff. This spot doesn't need to be here. This blockage, I mean, the spot is free for spawn. I think we still have a spawn place here, which was not taken. There is one spot here, I think, that could be redone. So let's do that. This will allow one extra spot for a spawn. Continuing with this, I think there is one here. This spot doesn't need to be blocked. The layout here is fairly final. I don't need an access road to here. I will still have access down here. Hopefully we get a spawn of two houses here. Two yellow spawns would be fairly amazing. I still think this blockage is alright. I might actually just do this instead. No big difference, but yeah. I also think I missed some here. Yeah, right here. I don't think I need spot here. We can't go through here anyway, since this is blocked. So let's get rid of this and hopefully get a blue here. That would be amazing, which could be connected either here or here. With that, let's go slightly lower. I think we can... Do I unblock this spot is the question. If we want to go up there, we will have to go through this anyway, so let's just do this, and that would be a mistake. If I connect this house to this road to support this mall, which I will very soon, it would connect this yellow house, which is connected with this highway to this yellow, and it would increase traffic on this mall and its road, and it might slow down the blue traffic and cause issues. So let's just not do that for now. Let's keep it for later. What else we can do here? I would say this road here is unnecessary, but we still need an access towards this cluster. So let's just do this and allow for one more spawn. Another thing I would like to do, but I don't have roads for it right now, is to redo this. Why? you might ask. The reason is quite simple, since this has been like this for a long time. Nothing is spawning here. Let me move it out of the way so we can see it better. There are two spawn spots here, and they are not taken. Nothing wants to spawn there. It's been like this for a long time. So what we can do is to redo this area and allow take these two spots by roads and allow free up different spots which might actually result in houses spawning there. That's a future project which will happen very soon. Let's continue this way. I don't think there is anything I wanted to do here. I was thinking about this situation here. I still want to have this blocked for a roundabout in the future if we get that one. But I think we can delete this one and hopefully we get a blue spawn here. That would be amazing, and it's in the correct place, so it might actually happen. Well, let's keep on moving. I do want to keep this for further options. For example, if I wanted to connect this yellow down there, we have this blocked now, which is unfortunate because we cannot link this white, for example, to this, but well, it's done now, so let's not waste time on that. Is there anything else I wanted unblocked? I wanted to adjust this thing so it's slightly faster. Very small difference, but anything helps right now, I would say. One more thing here. Did I want to delete this? I think I wanted to. Delete this part. I almost forgot about that. This will free up another spot for blue spawn. Hopefully we get one and we still can connect like this in the future if needed. So that's a very good unblocked space there, I would say. And one more thing I wanted to do. Yes, correct. This highway. I want to try to unblock this highway and see if the yellow explodes or not. Basically. This highway will be useful in future, and there is a lot of free cars here that could be used. We had a spawn here, which is helpful very much. So this yellow should be fine, I think. Let's try and disconnect that. Actually see if we get to keep the highway for future use, which would be very helpful. With that done, we have 4 roads. So let's start fixing stuff. While this is an issue, we have inflow here. 1, 2, 3. 4th is coming. There is a gap here, but that will potentially be filled with this car here coming over. Keep in mind, going over or using a highway or motorway is much faster than the traditional road, so this car might actually be here in time for this gap or close to end of this gap. We will see. But with that, more cars are coming here. 1, 2, 3. We have 4th here hidden in the house for now, but it will turn around and go. And after that, there is one more car coming, and then there will be a gap. That gap will need to be filled by this house, or we die, is what I think. So that's the plan there. But take a look at this. I was talking about this being a problem. So what is the problem here? The problem here is there is a great inflow right now. We have one car not yet done, and we have this car, a lot of cars coming. These are coming too. This one will turn around and come. But there is not a single car coming back, as you can see by the cursor. This is the first car coming back, second, third, and so. The problem with that is, at the time when this car, the last one, will be here, these cars might actually be here, but there will be a gap, a big one. And keep in mind, these cars might as well not go to these houses. It might as well go to this house, so making the gap even bigger. So at that time, this red will probably die. So to fix that situation, the ideal time to connect a new house, which is amazingly spawned here, is right now. So I wanted to connect it right this way, but I will want to redo this anyway. So let's try to go around. Do we have enough roads for that? No, we don't. Okay, so let's do it the way I wanted to do it and redo that later. This will give an access to this. It will start going perfectly right after this car, and we still have two more roads for this connection. We need to write, yes, correct. So that's done. We have this red fixed. Well, almost. We have potential solution for this. We also have a red spawn here, which is important because I can connect this red here and allow more cars to go up and over and connect to this. So this will be connected at the, well, hopefully perfect time for the gap to be filled, the big gap to be filled, and that should solve this red issue completely. So the third and final issue we have is this blue up here. As you can see, we took this out from the network, so this blue route is one house down, that's two cars. So this will become an issue. And as you can see, these two cars are the only one coming in. We have two more here, so this will survive for now. But we need to get more cars to this. I am thinking perhaps I should subtract this and just let it fill. And yeah, I think that's it. We're ready to go, actually. Are we dead or not? That is the question. Let's unpause a little bit more. And we have a red spawn here. Well, isn't that lovely? Let's connect that at a right time, which is not now. Not that it would hurt anything really, but it can be timed better. We probably don't need to connect this then and increase flow in here. I don't think we had any more spawns than this. This gap is actually quite big, so I think we will just fill this gap with this house. That would be ideal. And we're closing in on the time to connect this house. There is the gap, the big one. So I think that will be filled. Okay, now I think it's a good time here to connect this, since this is the last car here. The gap is quite decently large. This car doesn't seem like it wants to go up there, so it either is this, this, or this, meaning that this gap is still kind of going to be here. So let's connect this. I think, okay, let's do just one more slide. Yeah, now it will be okay. This will be faster than a car from this. I definitely don't want this car to be slowed down. It might actually be a big problem if it gets slowed down. That's done. Oh, we got spawn here. That is absolutely perfect. Alright, let the game run for a second more. We have another spawn. While I was looking here, the flow is really good right now. This gap will be okay. It will be survived. There is another car here coming. This gap behind, between this car and this car, will be filled by this house. So we're completely safe. Regarding the new spawn, we just got a yellow spawn here, which is absolutely fantastic, since we could use an extra car for this yellow, and it would allow us to not connect this house. We're also getting roads from this now, so we can actually redo this area and connect this yellow house, which will help tremendously. How's red doing? Now it's a phase when you just keep on slowly progressing, checking your trouble spots. I'm noticing this is getting slightly congested now for some reason. That's a little bit odd, but the flow, as you can see, except this gap, is fairly well, and this is not a trouble. Let's keep an eye on this gap, which will need to be filled with red. And we got a blue spawn here. That's absolutely fantastic. I would say this now solves this entire issue here, assuming it will get there in time. I have, I'm not sure if this is incoming or ongoing, but I have two cars coming here that should hold it until this gets there. This gets there. We have three more cars coming from here. I think we are safe. Let's keep an eye on the gap. I think one more tap and connect it. Now this gap, you can see a big gap, which would be even bigger because these two cars are the two cars from this house. So that now will be filled and this should be completely fine. How is this blue doing? It's doing great, so that's amazing. We have 5 roads now, so do we want to redo any spot here? I don't want to touch this yet. Just let this kind of stabilize. That's the word, stabilize first. Let the game run a little bit more. There are 2 cars here, so we should be fine. More cars coming, right? Where's the second car? There is none. Ooh, that's not good. So we have 1, 2, 3 cars. The timer, it's like 2, 3 seconds. This car should, yeah, it should be fine. It should be fine. We have 8 roads now. That should be enough. So let's do this. Delete these, also delete this. Let's do it like this at least. So the cars from this direction actually have a time to kind of get in without congesting. This will allow us to do a connection like this. We still have 5 roads, so we can touch up this area as well. I will do it in a similar fashion like this, and it looks horrendous, but you might remember that when we had it connected like this before, there is one single area where every car needs to go through, and it was this, and cars would block. I can maybe zoom. The cars here on the intersection would block each other quite frequently. So what the result of this change is, every single house here now has its own entry. Well, except this. Every single house here has its entry and exit, and the flow should be much more fluent, even though the road overall is longer, which is still completely fine since there's 4 houses right next to the mall, so the distance is no issue. The flow on this road is the issue, potentially. This will hopefully survive. We have 1 car here, 1 car here, 1 car here, and more cars coming, so I think we are completely safe there. I think we survived, actually. That's fairly amazing. Let's see how this is doing. We got a new spawn for red here. That's fairly great, actually. I also just remembered I wanted to unblock this. I think we are officially out of the worst part, and now we can just kind of slow down a little bit. Why is this stacked? Is that an issue? The car doesn't have a place here to rest, so let's do this instead. And that creates two spots for a better flow. There is no spot here either, just one, but I don't want to redo this. That's not probably worth it. It will space itself out, I think. How is this doing? Fairly amazing. And the flow, as you can see, is really good actually. You can see it's fairly fluent, so that's great. Yellow's doing fine. How the red is doing? We had a car coming in and there is a gap here. I don't like that. Thankfully, these reds are very close, so that's good. And the reds are coming, so we should be fine. Although the gap is slightly concerning. We do need to keep an eye on this. It's not completely fixed, I would say. How is this blue doing? There is still quite some big gaps here. I don't like that at all. Let's actually fix that. How can we do that is by two things. Let's turn this down, turn around this one and connect it right away. I can save a road by, yeah, let's not tinker with that for now. Let's do it dirtily. Dirtily. What a word. Let's do it in a weird way and not save a road. You can see I have almost lock and loaded this cluster. So since I've taken one out of here, let's connect this and let the flow begin. I might actually also connect this one at some point and just supplement with these instead. And we will see how that goes. For now, the flow here are two cars, three, nothing coming from down here for a while, and nothing coming from here either. Oh, I just remembered. I wanted to connect the green here with some more houses. So let's just check if I can connect this greenhouse. It will connect green to blue, which is not connected to anything else. That's perfect. So let's just connect those, and that will alleviate the pressure from this and might actually be completely fine now. How's this blue doing? There is literally one car here, and then there's plenty. But there is a big gap. That means just one thing, we need more cars here, and that will be done by this connection up there, connecting this over. And these two houses will be connected up. So for now, let's not let this die and keep on kind of going. Where do we have a problems? The red here is not ideal. The blue here will barely survive. The blue here barely survived. Let's do another check on blue. I know this is kind of not what you would like to see, the game paused all the time, but on the other hand, you kind of have to do this at this time, at this point of the game. When there is an issue that could kill your run, you want to go slowly and just do small steps and make sure you're not hurting your run. I cannot do anything with this right now. I should disconnect. Let's wait for this to recharge. I think the flow here is fairly good and should be okay. I can always just reconnect it if there is an issue, but we have two cars here coming, so that should be fine. And this will be loaded to this sooner if I disconnect it now. What about this blue? Still not great, really. We have connected this house though, so that's not working right now, but will be soon. So that will hopefully help this survive long enough to survive. This is not good. Why do we have so many cars stopping here? could use a traffic light here. I am very curious to see what we gonna get on Sunday. So let's skip ahead a little bit. And I wanted to check this situation. I like this. It looks solid. Cars coming in as expected. How's this looking? There's car hidden here. This is okay-ish, but I'm thinking that we could adjust this a little bit. The thing with this is that now that I've added this house, there is quite a bigger intersection here right now. So in order to make it smaller and more fluent, let's turn this house to the left. So now it's 3-way instead of 4-way. And what if I do this? Now it's 2-way or 3-way instead of 4-way. Yeah, I feel much better about that. So let's leave that like I adjusted it. And the next thing I was thinking to adjust is this. I might not do it right now since I don't want to disturb the flow and we need the flow to be fairly intact for now. So let's see how this is going. Looks okay, and not many cars are returning. There is one, so let's adjust it before the car reaches it. Let's do this and this. So basically connecting it to create an intersection here. I could connect it this way. This entire thing now is less efficient in a distance way, but the flow should be better actually, because this intersection now is clear of houses. So the car goes through and doesn't need to stop in the intersection. So that should be more efficient overall, despite the distance being longer actually. This is clearing up, I think. The flow is good overall, so no issue there. Still don't like this. This is really good, I think. There's a lot of cars coming here. Let's keep an eye on this blue mall right now. And the flow is quite good, I think. As I was watching it right now, we did fill this house, and I'm honestly curious right now because I don't know if I connect it now. Will the cars from this house leave despite this not being full? Or will this interconnected houses wait for both to be filled with cars before they leave? I would assume that this should work, but I'm really curious now, so I'm just gonna connect that, and will it go or not? It does actually. Oh, okay, and we have a choice and no traffic lights. I have not imagined myself to wish for traffic lights ever, but traffic lights in our situation right now would help the flow. Instead, we have a choice between tunnel and a bridge. Do I need a bridge anywhere? Is the question. I actually do. I actually do need a bridge here to connect the yellows, which I disconnected by getting back the motorway, which I'm not using, by the way. I'm just not used to play with 6 motorways. So let's take a bridge, stop the game, connect these yellows. I don't want more than one for now to see how the demand works, and have these as an emergency to be connected with the motorway. I should also connect this, so as soon as the car gets here, it just gets the travel time. Have you just seen what happened? Well, that's surprising. That must have been like new update. I don't remember cars doing this. Let me describe what happened in case you missed it. There was only one car here in this house, and it left before the second car arrived. So It used to work like the house switched to a new route or kind of allowed the cars to leave only in situation when the house was full. So the cars, both of them, had to return to the house before they could leave for the new route. And now, as well, it just happened, and it happened here too. The car left despite being just one. So we are still waiting for the second car, but the first one already left. That's a big thing, actually. That can allow you to switch routes faster. That's a very cool thing. Let me just now let this car leave and redo this one this way so that it's slightly shorter. Also adjust this way and keep this blocked. So this is now the shortest possible route. How's the traffic looking? There are cars coming in. Here's one. There's nothing here. There's one here, two here, but there's quite a big gap. I'm afraid I can't really do anything about that though. That's a bummer. This will be close, very close. So this is what I wanted to adjust to have even more cars coming in. This mall is fine since I connected quite a lot of houses here. No big deal. This might kill us actually. I also wanted to redo this area. I just remembered I wanted to show you how I want to redo this. So instead of having these two spots open for eternity without anything spawning here, let's redo this in this way. And also there is a spot where something could spawn here. So let's do it this way. Now we have two new spots open, this one and this one, where blue can actually spawn while keeping this one still open too. So we've freed up two spots for two spots if I remember correctly. With this being less efficient, yes, there are two different directions connected here instead of being one fluent route. So this is less efficient, but also not very traffic heavy area. It would be more of a problem anywhere here. So this is now open for spawns. So let's see if we actually get any and keep a close look about on this thing. So let's see, we've got a red here. That's not really what was needed. How is the yellow doing? No more cars are in store in any houses, so let's connect this one. Perhaps we don't need this one anymore. This gap here is just way too big. So before we watch this run end together, let me remind you that if you want to see more content like this, subscribe. And you also have a chance to influence what map I will play next. If you want me to play any specific map, just leave a comment in the comments below the video and I'll get to it. Now, well, just let the game run and let's watch this mall here explode. Because the gap, well, it's just way too big. Will we survive? Well, I guess we will. But you can still subscribe. It seems like we just survived our own death here, so I guess let's keep going. If you can remember, this has been an issue for a while. So this connection was made with the intention of connecting two houses here. Since this layout is fairly final and the number of houses here is adequate, we don't need to add more, we just need to improve the flow. The thing with this, we can adjust it this way. There is an intersection here and cars will be stopping for each other, and even if the intersection is clear, if there is a backlog here, the cars will still slow down and almost stop. So that's not what we want. And the way around that is to redo this tunnel and connect it directly to the mall. That way, if it's connected directly to the mall entrance, the connection is not treated like intersection, and the flow in and out can be more fluent. The downside to that is that cars here, let me zoom in, cars here still need to stop for each other. So if there is a traffic from below and the car wants to turn here, which it will most of the time, it may need to stop, pause here, and wait, which might cause a traffic buildup here. So uh, the mall can basically get kind of jammed. The thing with that is that if that's one house connected to that, that's fine. The traffic won't be heavy enough to impact the overall situation. But if you want to connect more than one house in this manner, I wouldn't recommend you to do that. So one house is fine. I wouldn't go for two. Even the second house here would probably be problematic. So let's delete this and do a connection directly when we get the roads back. And I just realized this layout here is built wrong. What I can see here is one branch connected to the main road. So I guess three houses here, so this is a main road. And there is a branch connected to it. This will cause traffic here unnecessarily. Cars may actually be slowing down for this part where they need to merge. So let's adjust that a little bit like this. It's a small change, you might argue, but it's a big difference because now this is one road only. There is no need to stop for anything except letting cars go. So there is no intersection, more flow. This will improve the flow. So we are keeping an eye on two places, this one and of course this one. I want to see how the flow here is. Let's unpause and see how it's going. We will survive this. One is coming and more is coming. Yeah, we're good here. For now, how's the flow? There's a small gap here. More cars coming. And there is a gap here of the returning cars. So I'm thinking this might still not be okay. And the next gap that will occur might actually be an issue. So we kind of need to solve this. Meanwhile, this moved along and it seems like it's doing quite okay. This sorted itself out nicely. So with that in mind, I think we should look for a way to get some more blue cars over to this. The question is, where can I get a blue car here? What is the least problematic part of this setup? I'm thinking maybe this one is the least problematic. I'm thinking that the furthest house that is the farthest away from this road is actually this house, which needs to go up and over, around and get here. So what I'm thinking is to disconnect this house, connect it with the motorway down here to this. We started with redoing this part. So I'm thinking we probably should just realize the final layout for the city. By final layout, I mean is just create the final form. We are closing on 4000 score, which is fairly late game. So why not just make the best layout we can do and basically not touch it anymore after that. We will be just adding stuff to it as we get further spawns, and that's pretty much the late game. You have your final design for the city. You are not redoing stuff, you're just adding to it in a sensible way. So I will need this tunnel later, well now, but I will connect this back there as I discussed before, but for now I think this will be enough, and I can use this tunnel when I get him to work on other stuff that is fairly important. But to stick with the theme of redoing yellow, let's redo this too, since I still have some roads. I want this to be blocked. I don't need this to be blocked because we will go not over, but we will go under. That is slightly shorter route. Unfortunately, this green will need to be connected. No big deal though. Continuing on, I can adjust this. I'm not counting on having traffic lights anymore, so let's adjust this for now. If we get them later, fine, we can adjust it back up. So let's connect it directly in so the cars will not stop for anything. Let's do this. I wanted to do this so it's slightly closer. We can also redo this part a little bit. As you can see, there is an intersection here which is not needed, so let's redo stuff here. Done, no intersection. Continuing on, we have this, which I think is kind of unnecessarily long. If the house was here at this spot, connecting it directly to the mall would probably not be ideal. But since it's one tile over, I think that's like perhaps the ideal distance, so this longer route is not necessary anymore. With yellow done now, let's move up a little bit and finalize the green setup. It's keeping fairly well. I don't think we need to do much with this, but we can improve it a little bit. So let's connect these two houses to it. And that's connected. Now we have two extra houses connected to this. We can also save a road here. That's one road saved. This setup for the green is final now. I don't think we will ever need to touch it ever again. Same as this one, it's also final. I don't think we need anything else. This green now lost one house, which we can compensate a little bit. So let's just connect this to it. We don't need a tree here, so let's delete it and let's see what spawn we get there. We can connect this. Well, we cannot because we're out of roads, but eventually, at some point, we will connect that, and that's green done. Since we're out of roads now, we can't do much, but we will tinker a little bit more as soon as we get some roads back. So let the game run a little bit and collect some roads. Keep an eye on this. And as you can see here, we are having issues with the flow, so that will need to be addressed. That's also why I redone this to allow for the rework. The red is doing fairly fine, although I think we could do better here. And we have a blue spawn. That's absolutely perfect. Let's do this. And now we have an absolutely lovely amount for this mall, which might actually lead me to a thought. Do I need this this motorway to even be here right now? We have a decent amount of blues coming in, so let's keep it this way for now. Let's check this one. There is a gap here, but there are cars coming in and we have a little bit of time on the timer. We can't do anything about it right now anyway, so actually we can. This spawned, right? So we can use the fresh spawn, which still have cars in it. Let's do a motorway up and over. Wait, I need to connect it first and do this. And yeah, right, I need to time it well. And it's timed pretty well. There is a gap here, so it might as well fill the gap. And this is temporary. I will connect it to this mall, but we are waiting for this to load up and see if it's okay to take it off this mall. I have 3 roads. That means we can do some more improvements. And there is a spawn here and it's amazingly yellow. Perfect. I think the yellows now are completely and utterly fine. I don't think I need that many reds. So let's delete this road here and connect it slightly better. More roads means more possibilities. I also wanted to touch up this thing. Let me move a few things a little bit so we can see it better. I don't like how the cars are always just backed up here to some extent, so it's not influencing the flow that bad, but let's try this instead. It might actually work very well. Let's see if the flow improves. I think it should. So let's see if I'm correct here. I think with that done, we need to wait for this tunnel to be gone, because I really need a tunnel to do anything else, really. So now we have a tunnel now. Flow here is improving too. Let's use the tunnel to actually do this. Now, before I finalize this and let cars use this, I want to see if this one will be fine. So let the game run and check that we will not die here. That would be fairly unfortunate. And we have a yellow spawn that's perfect, man. That's amazing spawn. That's what I was waiting for. And now with that done, I'm pretty sure I don't need this one. So this will be fine. And also I just realized I used the motorway here, so I don't actually have it to work on the red. That's slightly unfortunate. Now we have a wonderful row of spawns. This is what I was waiting for too. This house. So this is absolutely free to be used anywhere. I'll let the game run a little bit, and I really wanna see how this blue is doing. We have more spawns here. One more thing I actually forgot to adjust a little bit is this part. So let's make it slightly more efficient by connecting it like this. It's a fairly small change, but you know, small changes for the win, right? I really want to just delete this motorway here. I'm not sure I can allow that. Perhaps I can. So let's try it and see if we're okay. The stacked up cars here are not ideal, that's for sure. And we have a blue here. Now, blue is a very precious commodity in this game. We have a motorway back, so let's do stuff with it. Yellow is fine. We don't need this for now. So let's redo what I was planning on doing. Now, the thing here I forgot to prepare is I actually want to, how to say that? If you're redoing stuff, you ideally want cars to come from the same direction they were coming on initially. So what I mean by that is if I connect this motorway up here, for example, the cars will come in from this direction, from up to down. And when I reconnect this to a proper space, which is here, it will come from different direction, and the cars will have to sort itself out in this spot, which is not ideal. So you can prevent this by doing well, kind of weird connections, but in the end they will at least come from the same direction. So with that done, let the game run and redo this to its final location. Now this one is temporary and it should be working. This one is new and should not be working currently, since it's switching places. Either way, this house mall should have a flow in there. So let the game run and confirm this. I'm also noticing this is kind of not doing as well as I would expect. So I think it's time for this to go back and this to be connected here, compensate for the loss. So let this situation sort out itself, hopefully soon. The cars are already using this. No, they're not. Yeah, right. They should be using this. This is not. Yeah, correct. Right, so now even this is connected. So let's redo this into its final form. So this is the final layout I'm going for to allow space for more cars here. The complicator here is this house, which requires to go this way. Going through the traffic, making intersection here is not the best way. But the traffic from this blue one will be fairly sporadic, so at some point I can just do this and go around with a bridge, but we don't have that yet, so that's a future plan. With that done, I will let it run for a second more and see. Let a little bit of time for the stuff to adjust to not overwhelm the rerouting. Now I can delete this intersection and leave the original one to work. How are we doing? This blue is, well, okay. It could use another house though. This yellow is, yeah, doing fairly okay. So I'll let the game run a little bit more. See how this is doing. Keeping an eye on that. Yeah, and this is the exact thing I was talking about. Two directions coming in and the traffic is stopping and it's causing issues here. So that's let's hope it won't kill the run. And we got a nice row of spawns here. So let's make the row useful. The blue house can be connected here. So now this house, which is on the brink of death still, before I unpause, I really need to disconnect this house. This is very close to being dead. It should be okay. There is inflow from both sides, so whichever side gets blocked, the other one will take over and will send a car in. So this should be fine in theory. What we don't need and cannot happen is a blue car just going through. That would be a disaster. So I hope this car is not leaving. Let's actually confirm that. Yes, it's staying, so that's great. This will then survive, I think. As soon as this clears, we're good. We have connected these two houses here, and this is creating an intersection. Instead, I can disconnect these and connect these from below, which are on the same path, so there will be no intersection at all. Let's keep an eye on this. We are doing, well, not ideal, that's for sure, but we're alive. We have freed up a tunnel here, so let's delete that. So let's redo this. I wanted to redo it anyway. So I have a free motorway now, and the car is returning here. So let's do the plan I had in mind previously. Let's connect this house up here, make a temporary connection up there, and delete this. So now let's just delete this motorway. Okay, that was, well, fine. Okay, thank you. I can now redo this without actually locking in anything. That's interesting. Let's do this then. Now this will be now more fluent. The flow should be much better. I will leave the connection, both connections for now, while we keep an eye on this. More importantly, it's fairly close. I don't like how close it is, but nothing I can do about it. We have one car coming in, and here the flow is now good, and we have a more blue. That's just perfect. Come on, join the fight. Let's continue checking this situation. And we have a bridge and a roundabout. Well, what do we need? Let's take a look. While the roundabout up there would be absolutely perfect. It's doing fairly okay without it as well. So what I'm thinking, I should probably just pick the bridge and go around. I'm actually thinking a bridge here is perfect. Let's pause the game because I forgot one more thing to do. Uh, and that's this. Let me explain. This white here needs to be connected to this mall at some point. That's the final motorway which will be used because there is no other way to connect anything to this cluster, and we need slight help here probably at some point. This white here is doing fine, and we can connect this white to this, and it's interconnected, so it will be fine. That leads me to two things. First, we have a bridge now, so let's use it like this. This now can be adjusted, but I don't want to touch it yet. I will give it slightly more time to sort itself out. This carbon it leaves, and this entire side is cleared, and the flow is just from one side. That's the time when I want to touch it. And we have 29 roads, which means we could improve more stuff. So let's connect these two and make a tunnel. And here that's pretty nice, I would say. Connected, well, not now. Let's not disturb the flow at all since we're fairly close. So let's not touch this. Do we need the tunnel here? I don't think so. Let's see. Oh, this is so close. I was watching this one, to be honest. And it survived. So I think we could redo this now. And that's just a slight improvement. Okay, let the game run a little bit more. I'm currently watching, I should be watching this, but I'm watching this. Let's see. The cars are not adjusting the road yet, but that's kind of fine. It's still close, and we're on the new route here. So that's good. Now it should be completely fluent. How are we doing here? 1, 2, 3 cars are flowing amazingly. It could still use a car here. I forgot to delete this motorway, and we probably should take a look at the whites since they are close to an epic disaster. I'm thinking I will just connect it like this, or perhaps simulate a house which connects here and see how that works. Hopefully fine. This, by the way, leaves enough room for cars to stack here. How is this one keeping up? I don't really want to increase flow. I mean, I want to increase flow, but the problem with the flow is this intersection is kind of too big. So let's try and give it a little bit more space. Let's connect this house to it. I don't like how this would be connected, so let's do this instead. Leave a little bit more room here and here, more importantly, the inside, to let the cars go. Let's see how that helps. So let's connect this into it and see if the cars get drawn. They do. So that's a good thing. The car here is actually, yeah, getting drawn too. I also noticed there is a situation here. I think one more house here could be actually beneficial. And behold, how conveniently this yellow house spawned here. So let's connect it to this conveniently placed highway. Now this is improved. I'm very curious to see actually here whether this highway or motorway, as I keep forgetting the name motorway and telling it highway, if this is actually considered to be a road connection, therefore making this thing intersection, or if it's considered to be a house connection, which I doubt it is, but if it were, it would be a big thing because cars wouldn't be stopping here. So, since this is doing fairly well, let's try this hypothesis out and learn something new together. I'll unpause this. We can watch this leave as well as watch this come in. We also got a spawn up here. That's also great. What's great about this is that I can connect this blue up here slightly. Do I want to adjust this? Probably not. Let me tell you why. If I go straight here, the connection for this house will be better. But there are 4 houses down here. So prioritizing more efficient route for more houses is actually better. So where are the problems now? Let's check. This is now fixed. The white was added. Do we need more cars? I don't think so currently. We can try and add another car here just to be safe and see if it gets drawn immediately, and it gets drawn, both cars actually. So, interesting. So maybe a few more cars here, and these are not getting drawn. And this is still waiting. That's interesting. So we're having a lot of cars on this route now. Watching this, it's not getting drawn at all. Now it is. That's fine. I guess it's fine. Do we have issues anywhere? Let's check. This is still not completely happy. And look what I found up here. Another yellow house connected. There is no congestion on this route, so adding more to this is okay. Let's keep watching this. Red, I guess that's the only issue right now. Try to put it out of the way so we can see it better. And the inflow is okay-ish. But the cars are still stopping for something. Let's pause. We have let the game run for a while and check if there are any issues anywhere. Okay, let's unpause the game again. I'm curious. What is going on up here? The flow is kind of getting stuck. That's far from ideal. And this seems to sort itself out, so this layout, which was theoretically supposed to be amazing, is potentially actually amazing. Now looking at this up here, it might need a little bit of help. So let's see, can I improve this route in any meaningful way? I don't need roads there. I can do this, connect the house over here. That will shorter the route a little bit. So that's gonna help. Do I actually need that much space here? I don't think so. Let's make this a little bit shorter, and we can do this connection like this in order to just avoid any issues here. Keeping an eye on this up here. I think it's okay. It was just some cars going over, so that's fine. How's this doing? This is weird. It should be fine. Why is it not fine? I guess it was just a hiccup, right? Where are we not fine? I guess we are fine everywhere. Weirdly enough, this is doing fine. This thing here, I'm just not sure what to think about that, honestly. It looks fine, it should be fine, but it just slightly ticking up all the time, and I feel like it should have one more house. But we're close to Sunday, so let's see what we get on Sunday. And we're there. What the hell? What? Like seriously, that's another motorway. That's seventh motorway. I ordinarily get 5 on this map. Getting sixth motorway was a big deal. Now there is another one. What the hell is going on here? Okay, let's see. Motorway or traffic lights, I guess, is the question. So what I'm currently thinking, the best blue house connected to this mall would be this one down here. It's very far away from the blue one, so it won't affect this blue, and the blue is fine. So going from this to there would be fairly perfect thing to do. The issue here is there is no way how to separate this thing from this red. And also this blue is causing issues down here for the red, because the car has to go through this intersection-esque connection over to get there, causing a slowdown here. That's also not ideal for me. So let's pick the motorway and reduce stuff. It was kind of obvious choice, to be honest. Now this one is starting to get interesting, since there is one car and then there is nothing up until this one. So I still wonder how this happens, really. Let's see if we're dead. Oh, there is a car behind the number, so we're completely fine. And we just randomly died. Anyway, if you want to see more content like this, pushing it real far, well, subscribe. And if you want me to play a specific map, just let me know in the comments, and I'll see you next time.